position that he had, but because of an outlook that he had. And the word Aver also means, to be on the side of something. The whole world was on one side, that this is the way to live, this is the way to worship, whether it was the worship of fire or water or any other sort of quote-unquote power that people understood was there, right? And these things do have, or seem to have rather, a power, right? And the whole world was on one side, and the other side was this one guy, this Avram fellow, right? Now, we Jews, having the good fortune to be a descendant of Avram Avinu, right? Whatever it was, and we'll talk about this, in a minute or two. Whatever it was that he had to withstand all the pressures and to maintain his belief and to maintain his opinions about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? He was able to stand all alone against the entire world. And we, because we're his descendants, we also have that koach. Right? We may not realize it yet, but
in that situation.
Well, the truth is, we are in that situation, right? Because as much as we have, one another, as much as we do have, support systems, right? Whether we're part of the community of a shul, or part of the community of a geographical, location. Again, even if not everybody goes to the same shul, as much as we may have a support system from friends who are outside our immediate community and from family, the truth is we're all alone, right? And why is it that we're all alone? Because when push comes to shove in any sort of decision that you have to make, right? Each of us has his or her own test, when it comes to food, when it comes to money, when it comes to all the other areas of life. You're the only one making the decision of what to do or what not to do. Right? So you really are alone. At that moment of decision, right, you're all alone. Right? And there are people pushing. Right? You hear a voice that says, "Oh, go ahead and do it." And you hear a voice that says, "What are you crazy? If you do that, you're nuts." So there's all these voices, right? But you're alone. You're the one who's casting the vote. You're the one who's deciding. The ability, the strength to be independent in that sense, to make the decision that you've thought through and said, this is what I want, right, can only come if you feel good enough about yourself to say, it's all right if I make that decision. Even if it turns out to be a mistake, which I may find out in 5 minutes or in 5 days or 5 years, right, or at the end of my life, right? But it's my decision, and my decision is the decision that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants me to make. Right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want me to be you, or he doesn't want me to be Rabbi Nachman. He doesn't want me to be Avram Avinu. Right? That's the famous statement that almost everybody knows from Reb Zusha. The Rebbe Shalom already had an Avram Avinu. Right? And now he wants a Zusha. Right? Yeah. And that's, you can't do that. You can't make such a decision unless you feel good about yourself. Right? Now, the first question we should ask ourselves is, well, why shouldn't I feel good about myself? Right? How come I don't feel good about myself? Right? Anybody want to volunteer a reason?
Why you should?
What reason why a person would not feel good about his or herself?
I mean, actually, I do this professionally, so it's people have a lot of energetic hereditary blocks they come into the world with, which
You want to translate that into English?
you at conception you come into the world
Right.
with a whole array of basically energetic challenges, which could be issues of anger, bitterness, frustration, depression across the board. I'm not even talking chemically, I'm just talking about on an emotional basis.
Okay.
We also have events in our lives, and those then create events in our lives, which create a secondary tier of problems, basically traumatic events in your life.